Could you imagine? Look at this. Look at this. I would normally do 75 on this road, and this fella's doing 40. Sorry about the cough here, the throat clearing. I'm still getting over a cold. Oh yeah, he's going under the speed limit. Nice. Okay, you know, I'm just human, dude. I can't do that. Who could do that? Who could do 38 miles an hour on this road? Nobody. That's who. Nobody could do 38 on that road. Frick. You gotta do 75 on this road, buddy. At least 70, man. Come on, man. Jeez. I mean, because it's a cart path. There's nobody here. There's no cross traffic. The only thing you're gonna hit is a turtle. I mean, yeah, I'm taking the law into my own hands. Sometimes isn't that what heroes do? They take the law into their own hands sometime. Right? The problem with the law, and listen, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I already talked about that. The problem with the law is that it's all lowest common denominator, right? The law is written for the very dumbest among us. So somebody does something just so appallingly stupid that nobody could imagine that anybody would do that, and so they have to write a law that says, no, you can't do that, right? Same thing with speed limits. Speed limits are designed for the very worst drivers out here. The worst. In the slowest, poorly maintained vehicles. That's what the speed limit's designed for. However, as I've learned in Myrtle Beach, they're not going to give you a warning. They're going to give you a very expensive ticket. So, but Jay Leno said you have all your fun between 40 and 60 miles per hour, which is kind of true. At least this isn't the UK where you have speed cameras. We don't have those here yet, and I doubt we will get them anytime soon here in South Carolina. So that is a good thing. There's a lot of nanny state that we don't have. We call it freedom. And, you know, it's true. I've lived in the UK for a month or two at a time, and it's just oppressive. You know, there's this fairness that they impose on everybody, and it's just like this blanket over everything. Everybody has to be fair and the same, and they're all insanely fast drivers. So go figure. I mean, insanely fast. Birthplace of Formula One, right? See, what do you have to do to a Nissan to get it to fail? I dated a girl once who confessed that she drove her, I don't know what it was a Honda, a Nissan, Toyota, never put oil into it, ignored the idiot light, and drove it until the engine seized. So, you know, I guess that can happen. I was also in a car in Los Angeles years ago. We were in some girl's car, and I'm sitting in the front passenger seat, and this windshield looked like someone had just thrown snot and sneeze and soda pop and cigarette. I don't know what, but I mean, you could barely see through the windshield. And I asked her about that, and she just laughed. But I honestly think it did not occur to her that she could clean that windshield. And so, you know, these are the people that we have traffic laws for. People who drive with impenetrable windshields. I'll tell you, just sitting on this bike cruising, very pleasant. Not really digging the bike shorts, so I think they're gonna have to keep those for the bicycle. They were really good on the bicycle. Oh, excuse me. But they're just kind of like sitting on a lump of something. Like, oh, you know what it's like sitting on? It's like sitting on, you know, those cornhole bags. Like, if you took 2 cornhole bean bags and you sort of put them together and form like a rectangle, and you put those on your motorcycle seat and sat on those, that's exactly what these bike shorts feel like. There, I figured it out. Total mileage on this baby, 5,347, and 1,272 of those are mine. When I buy a bike, I like to put trip B, set it to 0, and then don't touch it. And trip B tells me how many miles I've put on a bike, so call it 1,275 easy by the time I park this thing today. Average fuel mileage 40.7. Very good. Very happy with that. For a high performance engine, the freaking Riker was 30. This is 33% more. Or the Riker's 25% less. You ever figure that out? That always annoys me. Why is the percentage up different from the percentage down when you're moving between the same 2 numbers? I mean, I know why, but it annoys me. Now the question becomes, you know, I gotta go in there, which means I gotta do a U-ey here. In the truck, this is very hard, but it shouldn't be too hard in the motorcycle to find a gap. That's one thing bikes are very good at, is finding gaps. Here's one right here. Look at that, a 2-lane gap, for gosh sakes. How sweet is that? I like those red line guys, but I think they're mad at me. I don't know. I bought that Riker from them. And then I turned around and wanted to sell it because my wife and my kid wouldn't ride on it. Hey, how you doing? I think her name's Jane. Very nice. Take care. So Anyway, I sold the Riker. Well, I wanted to sell it back to them. I wanted them to find me a CTX, and then they couldn't. And then there was this whole thing with the parts guy. The parts guy was like going out of his way to show me that he was going to be what I would call Southern slow, you know. And so he's standing there looking up this part for like 10 minutes, and there's 3 people in line, and he will not be rushed. And all I'm trying to do is buy something, right? So I've got like money and the thing I want, and it's like a 2-minute transaction. So I go up to the front of the store and I say, hey, you know, can somebody else help out with your parts counter? Because your parts guy is just not getting it done. So anyway, so then the owner of the store goes back there with me, and then everybody's giving me dirty looks, and by the time we get back there, of course, parts guy's figured out that I'm on to him, so everybody hates me, right? Anyway, 45 minutes. Maybe I got to edit this down, but it's a pretty good ride. Bye for now.